$2.5 trillion and $872 million just announced. What do these numbers represent, and how can we possibly get some of this money? I have all the details and what you need to know right here in this video, so let's get right into it. All right, as always, we have a lot to cover right here in this video, so let's get into it and discuss all the details. All right, a little glimmer of hope possibly on the horizon. Today we got an announcement out of OPEC, which is a group of oil producers, and they're talking about increasing oil output by 50% over this coming summer, which will hopefully lower gas prices right here in the United States. Now, at the same time, today we hit a new all-time high national average for 1 gallon of gas. Do you want to take a guess at what it is? Well, it's $4.72 as of right now. This is absolutely incredible with these prices. Every single day it continues to go up. Well, a few days ago I was out and talked about a new report and some people coming out saying that by Father's Day they're actually anticipating we could be seeing $5 per gallon of gas as a national average. Unfortunately, at the rate that this is going right now, that might be true. Let's hope it's not, but this is actually propelling very, very fast right here, and let's just hope that we do not hit that $5 in just a matter of a few weeks by Father's Day, as they've been actually saying. Also, another little glimmer of hope as well. It was announced today that the president, as in President Biden, will be traveling over to Saudi Arabia later on this month to meet with the crowned prince of Saudi Arabia to hopefully come together on a deal to pump more oil and get it here to the United States to help alleviate some of these rapidly rising gas prices as well. So that was the update that came out today on gas, oil, and all of this going forward. Hopefully we can come together on something because this is getting absolutely out of hand with everything going on right now. Now, another report that also came out today is talking about food banks and food pantries. I wanted to let you know what's going on here because this is also something we need to keep a close eye on because it gives us a little glimpse into what is actually going on with the American people all across the country right now. Here's what we're showing. Well, food banks and food pantries are seeing massive runs of people coming in right now trying to get food to fill the gaps because their money just simply is not going far enough these days to get all of the necessary food items that they need on an ongoing weekly or even monthly basis. Therefore, a lot of people are starting to go to food banks and food pantries. Unfortunately, the problems are that these food banks and food pantries are having the same problems that other places are also having right now, which is the supply chain issues, as in not enough food out there available for all the people who need it, and rapidly rising prices. So here's what's interesting. I was reading some reports on this, and some of the people behind these food banks and food pantries are simply saying, we don't operate like a normal grocery store. We can't just raise our prices to generate more revenue that'll ultimately give us more money to go out and buy more food for our people that come into it. So yeah, that's actually a really good point because he said in this interview that their price, regardless of what inflation actually indicates it's going to be, their price is always zero, right? And I thought it was a really interesting interview because that's totally true, right? Regardless of what prices continue to do, it just means that these food banks and food pantries need to continue to pay more and more and more. And regardless of what happens, their price is still zero, right? That's what it is for the people that go in. It's always zero. So anyway, it was a really interesting interview that I was reading through on that. I thought, this person is making some really good points. It's making it really hard these days when prices have gone up 10, 15, 20, 25, 50% on some items, and trying to get all of that necessary food to the people who are coming in looking for that extra little bit of food right now to help fill the gap. Anyway, some pretty interesting stuff going on out there. Also, in a separate report that I was reading about food banks as well, one person said that they've already ordered Thanksgiving Day turkeys because they're worried that they may not even get those in by time or on time. So this person is already ordering Thanksgiving Day turkeys. I mean, seriously, that's just what these people are doing right now in accordance with what's going on with the supply chain issues and like supply demand issues, things like this. They're saying, I don't know what prices are going to be in 3 months from now. I'm ordering turkeys now. Unbelievable, right? I mean, seriously, some weird things are going on right now, which is why I like to bring you all of these daily reports each day, just so that you get a glimpse as to what is actually going on and all these reports that are hitting the wire every single day. So anyway, that was another report that I came across today as well. Now, let's quickly talk about something else going on. So now when I say the words COVID relief or COVID funding, what do you think that money would be used for? Yeah, obviously. COVID relief stuff, right? Maybe stimulus, maybe ongoing stimulus checks, maybe money for like testing, vaccines, all kinds of stuff like this. Anything COVID related. Now, if I told you that I had a bank account with $872 million sitting in it, which I don't, I wish I did, because I would certainly share it with you right here in the community. Just to be clear, I do not have that money, but this is a report that I read about today. So, if I had a bank account sitting here with $872 million sitting in it, and it was labeled COVID funding, do you think that ethically I could use that money to send out bonuses to employees? Well, guess what? According to this new report that came out today, that's exactly what happened. Across the country, it was found that all of this COVID relief money that's sitting out there right now, across states, cities, localities, all the kinds of things like this, they're all sitting on millions and even billions of dollars of COVID relief. Well, this report came out today showing that out of all of this money, $872 million of this billions and billions of dollars out there on the state and federal level was actually sent out to send out bonuses to government employees. How do you feel about that? Does something seem weird about that to you? It certainly seems very weird to me. So this money was labeled as COVID relief, and nearly $1 billion of it was sent out in the form of bonuses to government employees. Just saying, right? So, wow, unbelievable. This money was supposed to be spent on other projects, other things like who knows what, anything COVID related that these locations should have been using it for, but this was happening all across the country. So, wow, unbelievable, right? So, anyway, these are the kind of reports that I like to dig up and find for you because we need to stay aware of what is actually going on with our taxpayer dollars. I mean, seriously, this is the money that we paid in through years and years of work, the money that we pay in continuously on virtually everything, and this is what they're doing with it. Anyway, just want to make sure that you're aware of what is actually going on right now. Next, another report that came out today as well, and this one is also very interesting / we got to pay attention to this because some serious things are going on right now. Now remember, if you saw that video from yesterday, I talked about the CEO of JP Morgan Bank, who is Jamie Dimon. Again, very intelligent person. He knows what's going on. He's the CEO of the biggest bank in the United States and one of the biggest banks in the entire world. Therefore, if he speaks, you probably want to listen, right? Well, I'm certainly listening to him because I want to know what's going on. I like to hear foresight from the leaders out there, right? I like to know what is actually going on. Well, he was talking yesterday about this economic hurricane that is coming to the United States. He did not say little dark storm clouds on the horizon. No, he said a hurricane coming to the United States. Well, here's what's interesting. Bankers, as in CEOs of banks, and many different CEOs are coming out right now saying that since March of 2020, the United States and Americans built up $2.5 trillion worth of savings since March of 2020. However, here's the problem. Because of all of this massive inflation and everything going on right now, increased living expenses and everything else like that we're all dealing with right here, right now, that $2.5 trillion is dwindling down very, very fast. Now, that is what people built up basically since March of 2020. However, that money is depleting very quickly. And these CEOs, again, CEOs of big banks, CEOs that see kind of behind the scenes of what is actually going on, are seeing that the Americans are actually burning through this cash and through the savings at a record pace right now, and they're actually anticipating that Americans only have between 6 and 9 months worth left of savings right here, right now. Now, again, this is an average. I totally know that there's a lot of people out there who have no savings. I totally get that. I'm not trying to dismiss anything. I'm simply saying these are the averages based on what these CEOs are saying right now. But they're basically saying within the next 6 to 9 months, the vast majority of Americans will be completely out of money. The $2.5 trillion that has been amassed over the last over 2 years now since March of 2020 is depleting so rapidly that the average Americans out there right now only have about 6 to 9 months left worth of savings before it is completely gone. What's that going to do going forward, right? Do you think that's going to lead to a big economic, hurricane? Again, just throwing that out there. We got to pay attention to these trends going on right now because, again, like I said in other previous videos, I watch all this stuff very closely and I bring it to you in these videos so that we can see foresight into the future as far as what may be coming. Well, this is a nice piece of foresight. In about 6 to 9 months right now, we may be seeing a huge kind of economic collapse, simply because if people are out of money, what happens then? We turn to the government, right? We turn to other places that we know have money. We know the government has money because that's where all of our money goes, right? It goes to them. So we know that they have tons of money and they have the ability to print money and send it out. So if Americans are running out of cash, what do we need to do? Well, then we need to start relying on these programs that are available for people who are out of cash and need some extra cash going on right now. So, unless they actually do something about this inflation situation and they do something rapidly, we're going to get into a serious situation here, and it's going to be sooner than later. Again, I don't want to instill fear in anybody. I'm just simply saying this is what is being talked about right now. These are the headlines that are floating around right now. This is a major problem. There's a lot of different things right now. So food prices going through the roof. In fact, a few days ago on, Monday, I believe it was, I brought you a report talking about food prices as of that day, hitting record prices. Like I said on that video from on Monday. Chicken and beef were up 20% alone. Frozen meats, anywhere between 20 and 24%. I mean, seriously, across the board, food items up multiple percentage points. 10, 15, 20, 25%. Again, gas is up, 60% since what it was just like a year ago? Yeah, we got some major problems going on right now, right? So they got to get a grip on everything going on here because the consumer, the American people, are kind of getting into the point here where we're kind of getting to the point where it's like the point of no return, right? So they kind of got to get this thing figured out really fast here. Anyway, these are some of the reports that I came across today. And again, hopefully they will come together on something here relatively soon and get something done to get these prices under control. This is nuts. We should not be seeing new record prices of the national average for 1 gallon of gas every single day. That is not normal. We shouldn't be seeing record prices every single day in any market. Whether it's gas prices, whether it's chicken prices, whether it's egg prices or milk prices, whether it's the stock market, anything like that. It doesn't matter what it is. Record prices every single day is not a good thing. It's a major supply-demand imbalance, and that's going to come home to roost at some point, okay? But when it comes down to gas prices, by all means, please come home to roost, right? But it's a good thing if those prices actually do come down. But anyway, this is all highly correlated, as we've talked about in previous videos, and something that we got to watch very closely going forward. Anyway, these are some major reports that I came across today. I wanted to bring these out to you and let you know what's actually going on here. By the way, if you did not see that video from earlier today about Social Security and the Board of Trustees and what they talked about as far as that announcement, feel free to go back and check that one out. It was the last video that I posted just a few hours ago. So pretty good information. A new annual report was just released on Social Security from the Board of Trustees and gives us a little better glimpse into how much money Social Security is currently sitting on right now. By the way, just under $3 trillion. Not bad, right? Could you imagine having $3 trillion? You couldn't spend it. I can promise you that much. You could not spend $3 trillion. It's an unbelievable amount of money. You could buy every island in the Caribbean and you'd still have probably a lot of money left over. You know what I mean? It's just unreal how much money that is. But anyway, I have all the details in that previous video, so if you haven't seen that, make sure to go back and check that one out as well. Anyway, these are the reports that I have for you as of right now. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, and please go back and check out some of the other videos right here on the channel. I'm doing all this research every single day on your behalf. I want to help you out in any way that I can by keeping you updated with all these very important reports, as well as anything else that comes up right now in regards to money, benefits, checks, stimulus, anything else we can possibly get our hands on right now. I want to make sure that I'm here for you, giving you those updates as soon as this stuff hits the wire so you can jump on it and grab anything that you have coming due to you. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Subscribe down below. Enjoy the rest of the videos here on the channel. And until next time, have a nice day. Have a great afternoon. Stay safe. And I'll catch you again later.